Everybody, Ray Raptor 6 Ranch here. Now we're just taking a break from putting some wire fence up, keep the cattle on. It's kind of cold this spring. Grass isn't growing that much, so we got to move them more. So I got about 30 acres of I don't know what you call it, Russian thistle or Russian olive, what do you want to call it? So I'm moving there. We got a lot of grass going in there because it's protected, a little warmer. So we'll be on there for about a week. Now, just a little about who I am. A retired Marine, Iraq War veteran, widowed father of 3, turned regenerative rancher because I was blessed enough to inherit my dad's property. Just shy of a section and around there. We don't have any water, but we're making do. Then we, train and show quarter horses, cow horses. So, the other day, I saw another fear-mongering thing on PMSNBC saying farmers and ranchers are going under another emergency, they call it, look for shortages and stuff. This stuff isn't new. They've been targeting small ranchers and farmers for, to get their land for, this war took over everything in 1913. Everybody remembers the 80s. We started having farm aid and everything to help the local farmers because they were going under. A lot of it in my opinion stems from the debase of the dollar back in 1973 or the 71, I can't remember this morning, but he took it off the gold standard. It basically became worthless overnight. It's all, one thing that kept it up was, faith and confidence in the system and our military. The military was the greatest back in 73, and it's still the greatest now. It was broke when I was in it, and I was in it for 21 years. It's been a couple years over in Iraq. It was broke then. Waste, fraud, and abuse was rampant. It was anywhere. But I digress. You got the farmers hooked on GMO seeds and petroleum-based fertilizer, which that petroleum-based fertilizer kills soil. It just does. It takes everything out of it except what it puts in it. It kills all the microbes, kills everything underneath there. Then on top of that, you're spraying glyphosate everywhere. That kills it. That kills what's left that the petroleum-based fertilizer kills. And so they were paying them money, and they still are paying them money to spray that stuff. And hooked, that means our farmlands are pretty much dead. Without that petroleum fertilizer put on every year and spraying every year, they don't grow. Now, if you might think I'm a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but whatever they're spraying on top of us in the sky, they have been for years, is killing what's left of us. When we went over to the Middle East and took over Iraq, there wasn't a chemtrail in the sky. Then when I left after the invasion and came back in 2006, there were chemtrails. So whatever they started, wherever we go, we just bring in death. Which ain't the funnest thing, but that's what's happening. My dad's farmland, we've never sprayed ever on our property. It's always sat, we've always rotated. Except for my dad got sick for 10 years or so before he passed. He didn't really move any. He only had 2 or 3 cows just to keep him happy. When I came out here after retired, I sprayed on about 2 acres just to see what happened. Well, the grass came up good, but man, that smell and everything else wasn't feeling good. I was already having problems with my time over in the Middle East and all the experimental shots they gave us over there for nothing. But, you know, so the predatory lending on top of all the poisons they're putting into the ground really drove the farmer out. The bankers and the salesmen all promised them, 10 times the crops. 10 times this, 10 times that. Well, it ended up just killing most of everything. And they come short because inflation was high. Interest rates were, 20%. So people complain today about 6 or 7%. Haven't seen anything because they never experienced it. But us old timers, we've seen it. I was a kid. It was hard times. It was stress. Everybody was still working, being the cash cows that we are, enslaved to the system. And it just didn't work. Now I'm blessed to be able to have a retirement and have some mailbox money coming in, or just subsidize us keep going. I sell beef directly to the customer and the consumer, but most people think that it's cheaper to buy meat at the store. Well, I know a couple of months back, a young gentleman did an experiment. He went over and priced everything that you could sell or buy a total of half a beef from Walmart, and it came down to about over twice as much as they charge. Hey everybody, yeah, something happened with died, but I don't know. Getting pretty windy out here. But my last thought that Walmart costs twice as much as buying from someone like me who raises natural, grass-fed, pasture-raised and finished beef and chicken and lamb, and they still think, it's just better for them there. Now, we don't spray any of that pink slime or any of that, I forgot what the spray is. The Bill Gates guy spraying appeal on all their vegetables. Well, I'm talking about me, but I'm just saying there's something similar. And they've seen the experiments on there that, the meat stays the same color, even though it's rancid, but it doesn't degrade. It won't, bugs won't even touch it. So it's pretty bad. But I'm going to get back to moving cattle, put out some more fence, and I'm about to go riding here in about an hour, warms up a little bit, exercise my ponies. So get off your butts, get outside, get it done, grow a garden, look up some local farmers and ranchers and buy from them. It's better for you. Y'all have a blessed day.